Hello y'all, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've uploaded. A lot of things have changed. You know how it goes with cars, actual money pits, and we lost a few cars. So I'm Andrew, and this is my 2000 Mustang, and this is the series that's going to be going on for a little bit. So I might as well get right into it. This episode is just going to be about what I want to do to the car, what I've already done, and so forth. I've owned this car for 1 year. I haven't really recorded anything in that year, so this is all just kind of starting fresh. But let me get right into it. So 2000 Mustang, base model, complete base model. We're talking the V6. I don't know if the V6s came with ABS. Mine didn't, and I got it for real cheap, so that was a plus. It's a manual, so that's an extra plus. It's a lot of fun to drive. I know one of the main things that people are probably going to talk about, why didn't I get the GT? Because, you know, the V8's always better. Just money. The V6 just came out to a better option for me personally, especially because it was my first car that was a manual as well. So it's all good. For the year that I've owned this, have been enjoying the car so much. I've haven't crashed, so that's good. But I've had a lot of fun in this car. So now I'm gonna get to it. As you can probably tell, the car is a little bit lowered. Just with that, within the very first like 3-4 months that I bought the car, I would say actually 6 months that I bought the car, I installed coilovers. I went cheap with the coilovers. I bought myself some max peating rods, and these max peating rods, absolute garbage. I got them for real cheap. I think it was like $100 for all four, and they were brand new. The guy was gonna put them on his GT, but went a different direction, so I ended up picking them up, and yeah, they've been a complete rough ride. It's uber bouncy. A lot of the times I do want to go back to just like my stock, just ride quality, but I just like the looks of it lowered a little bit too much. So yeah, that's one of the main things you could probably tell about the car right now. From the outside perspective, that's it. I've done a few things to the interior, and I'll get to showing you that right now. So don't mind the mess, but this is the interior. Don't mind my bag. I installed racing seats, or bucket seats, whatever you want to call it. I like calling them racing seats, but I installed these two on the stock brackets. It was quite the challenge. What I also did, and I know it's kind of sagging at this point because I need to take it off and re-glue it, but I installed this headliner, which looks really nice. I still need to get to those, so that'll probably be an episode. That's kind of it for the interior that I've done. I repainted the carpets. I know it's a little dirty right now, but they used to be that grayish color, and now they're black. But right now I'm kind of working on the doors. You can see the doors kind of coming off. They need to come off so I can install speakers. So yeah, that was the interior. Not much has been done. All right. So what are the plans for the car? Interior wise, it's kind of not completely done, but it's just touching up little things. So like the center console lid, I need to grab that. Fixing the headliner, and probably the steering wheel, which eventually I do want to get one of those nice felt steering wheels. And that's kind of it. Interior wise, I'd be happy with that. Oh, and speakers. That's the interior. Now I'm gonna go to like suspension. I'm just gonna go in pieces. So suspension wise, I do want better coilovers for this. I'm thinking BC Racing coilovers, just the regular. I think it's the BS series, not the DR or the DS or anything like that. I want the basic coilovers because the ride quality from the other host, Billy, he's had BC Racing in his Integra and his IS250, and the quality on those when we would ride around was pretty good, and they can get really low, or at least as low as I would want. So racing coilovers for the suspension. I do have some sway bars that I got off of a Celine kind of build at a junkyard. And as you probably know, the 2000 V6 Mustang doesn't come with a rear sway bar. It only comes with a very thin front sway bar. So getting the full set, I don't know if they're I think it's like Ibach, which is the brand of coilovers that people get because they're pretty thick and they do their job very well. I don't know if they're that brand specifically, but I got some sway bars that I need to install. Oh, and one more, a panhard bar. Just because I don't want the back to be moving side to side. It'd be easier to install than a Watts link, so just a panhard bar in general is what I'm going to go for. That's for suspension. Going to wheels, eventually I do want the classic 5-spoke Mustang wheels, you know, the ones that everybody has technically. Because I have these, and these are the stock wheels off of a, I think, 2018 or 2019 Mustang, and I got them because of the correct size that I want. So eventually, when I get new tires, there'll be new tires on these wheels. Once I get the new wheels, I'll just put the tires onto those, and it'll be fairly easy. Car's so loud. Yeah, that's kind of it. These are 18 by 8s, and that's kind of as much as I kind of want to go, because I'm not going to be putting down enough power to go like 18 by 9s, or at least like get a proper tire width for 18 by 9s. I think this is good for the amount of power that the V6 has. So that's wheels, that's suspension. The exterior, as you can tell, car's kind of old. Car's kind of beat up. It's for sure seen its days sitting outside. I'm thinking paint. I paint it black. So whether it's rattle can or I buy the paint for an actual spray gun, I think I want the whole car black. Just because I feel like when it's black and it's lowered, it reminds me of the very first Fast and Furious, the Civics, when they're going on the freeways and they're in a convoy. I loved the look so much. So if I can get the car black with some underglow, because I know underglow, is also nothing that I want to be adding, that'll be cool for me. I've thought about it for quite some time, and those decals that go on the side of the car, whether it's like the person pointing or the angel or whatever they are, like in the very first Fast and Furious movie, I kind of want to look into seeing if I can get one of those, whether it's the same exact from the movie or just something different that somebody else has made. Putting that on a black car, lowered with some underglow, I feel like gives you that very early 2000s look, which is what I personally love. So that's kind of the exterior of the car. The hood does need to be changed. I'm not going to get a hood with a cowl. I think I'm okay with the stock hood, except it does have a little dent in the very front where the fiberglass is kind of picking up and everything. So I just want a nice clean hood. Headlights, probably going to be changed eventually. I have looked into some that are like those LED or the Halo or whatever they're called. So eventually, yes, they will be changed, but they are a little expensive right now. Sticking in the front, a new bumper would be pretty nice. I might get some hate for this, but I'm thinking the Cobra R like body kit to be put onto this Mustang. I know I have a V6. I know a lot of people are going to be like, you're up badging. I'm not going to put any Cobra badges on it. I just like the way that it looks. I don't know if you can tell, but I'll put it up on the screen right now. So the front of the hood kind of slopes down just a very little bit, but the bumper slopes upwards. I do not like that look. I don't like that look at all. So if I can get the bumper to either go straight down or have not so much of a slope upwards to where it's like a nose pointing, I don't like that. This is not really a wedge kind of car. It's not the Countach. It's not the Dematoso, I think is what it is. It's not an 80s Firebird or an 80s C4 Corvette. It's none of that. It's not really a wedge. So I don't like that wedge kind of feel in the front. All right. So that's done with the front. In the back, I do want to take off that spoiler eventually. And I want a wing, basically. I want one of those huge wings. Maybe not sticking out from the sides of the car too much. Maybe just like flush if I can find one that's like decently sized. I love the looks of an actual like wing on the car. And I'm going to try and learn, because I'm pretty proficient in using an Arduino itself. and I'm pretty proficient with coding, I would say. So eventually down the road, I'm gonna basically learn how to make an Arduino talk with the actual computer of the car, if possible, and do active aero. Active aero has always been something that I thought has been really cool. They put it on these hypercars, the supercars. When you brake, the wing goes from being, your regular to it goes upwards to also include the drag. I ran out of storage, made some storage, the video cut off, and I was rambling for another 10 minutes. But I think I was talking about active aero when I ended the last little clip. Active aero needs a front splitter, gonna add a front splitter. Maybe some kind of like panel to the underside of the car, just so that the wind goes through all the way. And that's kind of it for what I want to do to the outside of the car. This is what I can think of right now, because I don't know what I was talking about. But big question is the engine. It's a V6. A lot of people are probably going to say V8 swap. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to V8 swap. Simply because the goal of the car is to be a fun daily and also be kind of like a weekend track car. With that, I want to keep the car light, and the bias of the car is already front heavy, and adding a V8 adds an extra about 200 pounds. A lot of it goes to the front. I don't really want that. So what I'm thinking, down the road when this engine kind of starts like, giving up sort of, is the V6 out of the Ford trucks. It's a 4.2 liter. It's the same exact, from what I know, it's the same exact V6. The block I think is the same, but what I need to do is change out the crankshaft and the pistons from one of those. So you take the crank and the pistons from a 4.2 liter V6, put it into the 3.8 liter, and you have yourself a 4.2 liter stroker. Gives an extra about, because those trucks have about 210 horsepower, is what I think it is. So it'll give me about a good boost in horsepower of maybe about 20. That's hoping it does. That would be the goal of this car, keep it naturally aspirated for as long as I can. Because I beat on the car quite a bit. So I'm constantly like, I'm almost going to red line. I'm having fun with it all the time. And putting the stress of force induction when I still need a daily is not kind of like ideal. Eventually, if I do get another car, force induction, a real cheap force induction will be introduced to this car. And running about 6 to 8 pounds of boost will be not safe, but safer than anything higher than that. So eventually a stroker, and eventually after that, a turbo, and just kind of see where it goes from there. Next probably for a few months, I'm going to be uploading maybe every other week on just stuff that I'm doing to the car. So it's going to be a fun little build. And that's all kind of I have for you. Thanks for watching all the way through. And hopefully you'll be here with this journey with me to build this 2000 V6 Mustang. So yeah, thank you to everybody who's watching.